Just press record. Okay, Gavin, thank you very much for coming on Lonely as Fuck Television.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm really excited and happy that you agreed to this cold call.
Pretty strange, but I'm stoked to be here. Are you in Scotland?
Actually, no, I live in Mallorca at the moment. I don't know if you've ever been to the Balearic Islands. Probably you have, right?
Yeah, I've only been to I think I was in Ibiza for a few days, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
So you probably don't remember that we met in Glasgow, probably 1996, 97.
It could have been then or it could have been like 1999. I don't know.
It was a few years after I suppose you had a run of three or four amazing 12-inch records with Scott and who was your other brother? It was three of you, right?
Robbie, yeah.
Scott and Rob. So you were actually brothers? Was that real or was it?
No, we just started the hardkiss label together and then we just
Ah,
tacked the hardkiss name on the back of our names so we could like,
okay.
you know, get the word out.
You weren't actually brothers. That's fascinating because I remember you all were wearing these kind of mushroom hats. The three of you had the same mushroom hat on, I think. Is that right?
I don't remember that. And we were never all three of us in the UK together. We were separately.
Ah,
So
maybe it was just two of you then. Maybe. Who knows?
it,
Who knows?
yeah, it might have been Robbie and Scott
Ah,
because
okay.
I was an illegal alien in the United States for a few years. So I was like undercover.
Okay, well, tell me, like, where were you born then?
Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh my God, I'm speaking to a lot of people from South Africa recently. It's funny
Crazy.
because I always foolishly and horribly say, "Oh, there's three people I hate the most in the world, and it's Israelis, so white South Africans, and Americans." Excuse me, it's like foolish and horrible to say that, but I'm now starting to meet these people and learn. This is why I'm doing this as well because yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I have news for you, bro. I'm all three of those.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay, wow. Have you been to over to I don't know what you would call it. Anything you would call it is kind of loaded. I would call it East Asia. What would you
I,
call it?
I I don't know what you're talking about. Israel? Do you mean Israel?
Yeah, have you been over there?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Anyway, let's get back. So you were born in South Africa, and when did you leave before Nelson Mandela came into power or after?
Yeah. And our family got out of there because it was pretty bad. And,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, dude, like it depends what direction we want to go in this interview, but there was so
Mhm.
much anti-Semitism and so much hatred of black people, and it was
Yeah.
really a bad place to live. So we immigrated to the United States, and it was so my family has been on three continents in the last three generations, just running away from or trying to
Yeah.
find a home.
So yeah, we probably, it's such a big can of worms. We should probably leave it. But that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. I'm kind of traumatized from my time in Bethlehem because I went over to Bethlehem on a kind of religious thing and it kind of blew my mind being there. I don't know if you ever went to Bethlehem.
I
No.
might have taken a bus through Bethlehem,
Okay.
but I've been to, Jerusalem. I spent most of my time in Jerusalem.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a big swerve at the moment because I would just like to stick to music and art and things like that. Yeah, I reckon you're still in California, are you? Or San
Yeah,
Francisco?
I
You San
love
Francisco?
California. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it
Okay.
here.
So yeah, let's just skip. You got out of South Africa, I suppose, thanks to your parents. Um, and so did you go to school? How old were you? Like 12 or 13 or?
No, I finished high school in South Africa, so I was
Okay, you done all
18. I came to the
that.
United States and went to college here and met Robbie and Scott at college.
Mhm.
And we kind of had similar interests in music and culture and art, and it grew from there.
Okay. So you're 18 already by the time you get to, was it San Francisco you arrived in?
I actually arrived in New York, and then I
Okay,
went to university in Texas, and then
okay,
in Philadelphia. So
right. What
I
did
was
you
in Philly
study?
economics.
Oh wow, okay. Okay. I could make a joke, but I won't. I won't go there, man.
Hey man, if anything I learned from economics is there's a lot of theory and none of it works.
Well, a lot, yeah. And actually, when it comes to mathematics and if you're making electronic music, I bet it's a big help in the studio to know.
I have a big interest in learning a lot about everything. So
Yeah.
economics has nothing to do with
Okay,
music.
cool. Tell me, like,
I wanted to get through college just doing the bare minimum so I could like hang out with my friends and go out and play music.
right. So before you even left South Africa, I mean, when you're 15, 16, I was into my first, I mean, when I was 6 and 7, I was into Adam the Ants. That was the first kind of music I was obsessed by. And I'm looking at you and I'm thinking we must be the early 70s born. So you must have been around Adam and the Ants when you're just coming into
Yeah,
experiencing culture.
I I was born in the 60s.
Oh wow, you're looking great. You must do a lot of yoga or some kind of spiritual stuff.
All of the above, bro. Just staying young at
Meditation.
heart.
Wow, you look great, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. The Caliph.
Yeah, I was 'cause I grew up in the colonies, you know what I mean? Like so
Not
we had
really.
British culture. It was a
Uh-huh.
British like South Africa's a colony. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
colony of so we got like British stuff, British sweets and
Are you
British.
Dutch or German or what origin are you coming from there?
I'm Jewish.
I know, but the, well, you really, because I had a fight recently about someone saying like Jewish is it's a religion, right? It's not really a race.
It's whatever, like you do what you do with how you want to view that,
Yeah.
and I'll do what I do with how I want to view that. And
Okay.
it's really like my ancestors come from so many different places,
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm
right?
mixed up
It's
as
not
well.
we're just
Irish,
run we're trying to find
Italian.
a home. We're just running around being persecuted wherever we go.
Right. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so Adam and the Ants, was that something that you relate to with me, or
For
was it
sh
what else?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I remember we'd have like 1 hour of music videos on South African broadcasting. It's called Pop Shop. So I saw Adam of the and the Ants on that.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I was just a music fiend, really, really into
Right.
new wave. So like I have
Okay.
a comprehensive knowledge of and
Mhm.
excitement and interest in new wave.
Okay. So the band that comes straight at me is Wire. I imagine that you were probably a big fan of Wire then, and what was it
Wasn't
more?
Wire an American band?
Actually, Wire are more. I think they're English. Because I'm coming at it from a Scottish point of view. So by new wave, you mean Talking Heads and things like that, or even
Yeah, I
more
mean, if
obscure?
the Scottish, I mean, Big Country, like,
Okay,
is the
okay.
Scottish band that I remember, but
Yeah.
like, I loved Soft Cell, I loved
Right.
Mark Almond, I loved, Yazoo, I loved
Mhm.
Spandau Ballet, I loved
Okay.
like
I can
all
see
that.
the
I
Vince
loved,
Clark
and you
influence.
know who I really loved? Culture Club, man. Culture
Oh,
Club were
okay.
dope.
Oh my God, you're really pushing my buttons, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go, man. Well, I mean, have you heard Boy George's new single? Then let's go there. Fuck it.
I have. I think it's great.
Okay.
I
Okay.
honestly like I'm all about love
Yeah.
and when people repress other people, that's messed up. I'm not into that.
Uh-huh.
It's just like express the love, bring people together. Let's
Okay.
keep bringing people together.
All right. I'm going to throw this out. There's a Jewish, very good comedian actress, and she recently said that she thinks Hitler is has won the war and the Jews have become the Nazis.
I don't think so. I think the British have a really strange perspective on Jewish culture. And I
Hmm.
witness it from a distance, and I try not participate in
Yeah,
how the British see Jews because it rubs me the wrong way, and so
yeah,
I've
yeah.
stopped engaging with that perspective.
Okay, cool. Let's keep swerving it. I know we'll probably end up back there, but So you're into this music, you've hit New York. And did you stay in New York for a while? 18, 19? Are you still living with your parents in New York?
Yeah, I like South Africa. I finished school. It was the summer when I finished school, but it was the winter in New York. So I came to New York. My parents were already in New York. So like I lived on my own in South Africa for a year and then
Okay,
came to New York and then I had like 8 months or so to before I started college. So, I was hitting all the clubs and kind
right.
of working in video production and the Lower East Side. And that was I'd been to New York like three, four times before. So, like, I had a pulse on, where to go and what was interesting.
Yeah,
And the culture of like just Soho and the Lower East Side and the art culture and the club culture. I had my finger on that. So me and my sisters would just go out to the clubs, um, you know, and
great time to be there with the
it
Beastie
was
Boys
fantastic.
and everything just getting mixed up. And I
I think it was
suppose,
before Beastie Boys. It was
are you
more like
talking the
Run
mid 70s?
DMC.
Run DMC, okay. So you're talking
But
Liquid Liquid. Do you remember a band Liquid Liquid? Of
I do.
course.
Yeah, for
One of the
sure.
top bands from that time who still sound great. And they had a big comeback in Glasgow. There's a club, Optimo. I don't know if you know about Optimo.
I don't.
They kind of brought them back and they played live in the club and they mixed the
Sick.
punk with the electronic thing and they've done a really great job with that. But we'll stick. So you're there, you're in New York in the mid 70s, right?
No, I'm
Late
there in the
70s,
late 80s.
late 80s. Okay.
But I
So did
did
you
go
ever
to
go and
New
see the
York.
Smiths? Did you ever see the Smiths
I
play live?
love I love the Smiths, but I've never seen them.
Right.
I
Okay.
saw the Pogues in New York
There
in
you go.
like
Now you're
87.
talking my language. So
Yeah.
Shane MacGowan is one of my all-time hero favorite poet. The words and the music. What a guy, what a hero, you know?
Fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Okay, so and how do you go? What makes you leave? I'm going fast because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I mean, we can,
It's
but
cool, bro. This
and
is
I'm nervous
fun.
because I'd really love to talk about things that we probably shouldn't. But let's go from. So you're listening to the Pogues in New York. What draws you to LA?
I never went to LA. I
Oh,
stayed
really?
away from LA. I
I mean,
don't
San
like
Francisco
LA.
then? Or is that just the label?
What's I have no connection to Los
Why am I
Angeles.
thinking like acid funk, San Francisco, hardkiss, Rabbit on the Moon, Three
Yeah,
Notes
that's
having.
San Francisco and Los Angeles are about 6 hours away
I
from
know,
each
I've been
other.
there, yeah. I know. I was at your club. Now I'm really getting confused because of the three brothers. I was at your club once and was with somebody, and it was an amazing. It was late 90s, and you'd done an amazing club in San Francisco. Um,
I'm sure we did a lot of stuff in the
Amazing event.
90s everywhere.
Yeah, it was a really one of the one. I don't remember
So
much
so
about it
here
because it was MDMA. It was
yeah,
about that
so
time.
Robbie was working at a bar in San Francisco. Scott and I graduated from college in Philadelphia. We put turntables and records and tapes and CDs in the back of his car. We drove across the United States to San Francisco. We showed up at Robbie and we're like, "Hey, we're starting Hardkiss. Let's
Hmm.
tell you about it." And that's how we got it
No way.
started.
And so, how did you go from there to? I'll tell you what. Rain Cry is one of those songs. It's something
Yeah.
like a painter's aiming to paint the perfect painting. It's the perfect piece of music, and there's not many songs like that. And congratulations, you were involved in Rain Cry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I think there's a sample from Quadrophenia at the start, and it's probably James Brown drums, is it? Funky drummer, maybe, or
No,
Bill's Gold, Stone Roses kind of drums.
Yeah, Scott should get like 100% credit for that song. He was a
Okay.
master composer and he pulled together the samples and I had the equipment so I helped him structure, how those samples fit and then we took it into another studio to finish. But I mean, it's a sample of a sample CD and
Okay.
a sample from a movie and I think there's even maybe an orbital sample that's
All
hidden
right.
in there. So
Okay.
it's like three or four samples that just masterfully like do everything.
Yeah, but the cry is from Quadrophenia, right? I
Well, the
think.
intro is from Quadrophenia, but the cry is from a movie called The Power of One.
Okay, I'm going to check that out because it's what an amazing track. Now, tell me then, so the three of you work together or you work separately? I know you kind of split up and done your own thing, right? You put music out on your own as well, right?
Yeah, like 7 albums.
You got sorry, mate. I really I didn't really 7 albums. Wow. Okay. And on vinyl as well, right?
I stopped doing vinyl
Uh,
like probably at 2000 or um I just wasn't interested in like lugging around inventory and
mhm.
dealing with, con artist distributors, so I
Right,
just stopped
okay.
doing the vinyl. So the vinyl like catalog is probably mostly the 90s.
All right, okay. So earlier this year, you mentioned that you were going on premise to pilot. Can you explain what premise to pilot is?
Yeah, for the last 10 years I've been writing and writing screenplays, and earlier this year I wrote a pilot to a TV series, and I'm
Okay, wow.
shooting it in 2 weeks' time. So
Wow,
I'm
congratulations.
super stoked to
Yeah,
like make my first film.
amazing. Wow. So are you writing novels or did you write it as a screenplay?
Yeah, I've written not and self-published novels.
Okay.
And but this is just a screenplay. It's a
Mhm.
pilot to a series, and
Okay.
I'm gonna make it and just put it up on YouTube. But I'm super stoked.
Great. Okay. And wow. So you must have a bit of a production company behind you or some kind of backing for that. I mean, it's not something that's easy
No,
to.
I'm doing it all myself. Just getting a lot of support from friends, and
Okay.
I'm just throwing all my chips in, man. I'm just going for it because
Well done.
it's all possible. So now's the time.
Right. These things sometimes work out really great because you get complete artistic freedom. You're not trying to sell anything really. Uh,
Yeah.
and Wow. And so do you want to talk about what the story's about or probably not?
I'm kind of there's a part to it that I'm a little bit it is a bit controversial. So I'm just gonna keep that part separate, but it's
Mhm.
about a young female DJ who moves
Okay.
to San Francisco and moves into a immigrant house, this South Korean house with his
Mhm.
mom, her father, and her son. And the supernatural things start happening in the house, and they start following her to her gigs out of town.
Right.
And that's kind of like the premise. So I got like a world famous DJ I cast in the role of Briz, the DJ who moves to San Francisco, and then I have professional actors playing all the other roles.
Okay, great. That sounds really good. So you're going to be the writer and director. Yeah.
I'm the writer, director, producer,
Wow.
and I'm just doing it all. I might need to be the editor too.
Okay. Yeah, that is the worst. Editing's the worst, man.
Oh, yeah, man. But, p part of my excitement about talking to you was I was trying to think how I could tell people that I'm doing this. And I was
Mhm.
like, I projected out into the um the universal consciousness that I'd really like to do an interview with somebody so that they could ask me questions about what I'm doing. And
Mhm.
Martin Rossi, you showed up right on time.
Cheers, Gavin. Gavin Bieber. You're not related to Justin, are you? I've swear you've been asked that a few times.
Sometimes. I
Sorry.
have many different names I work under. So I've made like 6 albums under the name Hawk,
Okay.
Hawke. I just
You're
do things
Hawk.
under different names.
Okay.
People like they might know a slither of what I do, but
Uh-huh.
there's a lot beneath the surface.
Hawk, that's right. So it was Hawk and who and Rabbit on the Moon was your Scott, right?
Actually, Rabbit in the Moon is this guy, David Christopher, who
Okay.
is a dear friend. Scott made music as God Within, and then
That's the one.
Robbie made
Okay.
music as Little Wing. And, we helped each other in different
Right.
ways with different elements of the production. We were pretty young and naive, and we're just
Uh-huh.
like going on tangents with sonic interests at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where hardkiss kind
And
of like
crazy,
birthed.
underrated. So the music sounds so fresh and so timeless, and
Yeah, I
it
think
blew
one
my
of the
mind.
things is you know, we never sold our music to big labels, so
Mhm.
it's all self-contained on the Hardkiss label, and so it doesn't have much of a mouthpiece to get out there other than from, a curious fan base.
Okay, so let's fill the gap between this movie you're making now, and I suppose Hardkiss came to a natural end when the MDMA and the ecstasy scene kind of got crushed in England, in Scotland by the police and by curfews and by crazy regulations where the clubs had to stop because they were afraid of the people coming together. That's what happened in UK. I don't know how it went down in San Francisco, but how did things
Yeah.
come to an end for Hardkiss?
I really don't know a lot about the UK and what happened there,
Mhm.
in all honesty. Like a lot of people appreciated our music there and that was fantastic. But,
Mhm.
you know, in California, like I still DJ, I get booked to
Okay,
play, cool parties. So, you
right,
know, my version of Hard Kiss has never ended.
right,
Clearly Scott passed away 10 years ago, and that was like an intense, like
yeah.
culmination of a time.
I
And
remember that.
Robert,
I put together some music and I sent you actually just the vinyl, and I think you
yeah,
appreciated it. Thanks for getting back to me. It's not often that
yeah,
people
no
get
sweat.
back. Really,
Thank you,
thank you.
Martin.
And that's 10 years since I've sort of reached out to
I
you.
think it's more than 10
More
years
than
when
10
Scott
since.
passed away, but
Okay.
what a loss.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And so you're so you're still DJing. That's amazing. That's great
Yeah,
because and so what and you're making movies look, we're kind of in the middle, right? I've got these 10 questions. People love
yeah.
this. I know it's kind of dumb, but if you don't think
Hit me,
about it.
Martin. Hit me.
Okay, favorite movie?
Blade Runner.
Cool. The first one, the original, right?
I
Directors,
like the second one too, but it's the first one. The
of
first one's
course.
my favorite.
Okay, favorite building?
Building.
Building, yeah.
Uh, I kind of like pyramids, like
Uh-huh.
Chichen Itza.
Oh, is that Mexican ones?
Yeah,
Okay, I've never been. Have you been there yet? Yeah,
yeah.
of course, of course. Okay. Favorite color?
Purple.
Animal?
Panther.
Okay, Black Panther. Black one, right? They're all black, aren't they?
I, I don't think I've ever seen one, but I just like
No, me
saying the
neither.
word panther.
Okay. Favorite thing to eat?
Uh, I would say mole, like Mexican chicken mole.
Nice. Okay. Favorite drug?
I don't really do drugs, man. I'm super
Right.
clean, but like I
Tea,
smoke a bit of
coffee,
weed.
weed. Okay, but I mean tea, coffee, I mean anything,
Oh, I like coffee for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
And
like beer. I love beer.
okay, that's a drug, right?
I don't know,
That's
man. It's a beer.
okay. Can you give us one piece of music that you hold? I know just right now, what piece of music is you holding up there as the go-to healing? Maybe it heals you or something.
Um, I don't have a quick answer to that. Like,
No?
so
Album,
I can just say like
group?
talk about the last 24 hours just because
Yeah.
like I'm not really being like I have some DJ sets coming up and I'm not really drawn to any specific thread of music right now. It's
Mhm.
all kind of like a blur. Um, so I tend to when that happens, I just tend to resort to like music I've made. So I really get a
Okay.
thrill out of like I've made hundreds of songs. So like I just kind of dip into my catalog and
Give us one.
that's
Give us
what
one. One
uh
that you're most
the
proud of, your biggest achievement musically.
okay, so again, I just look at the now.
Uh-huh.
So like I just posted an album on SoundCloud that I call Soft Kiss.
Okay,
and
well, okay.
and it's just worth listening to that. It's on
I'll check
SoundCloud.
that
I
out.
don't think I'll ever release it wider, but
Uh-huh.
yeah,
That's good. Soft Kiss.
I'm feeling it.
I
I'm
like
feeling it.
SoundCloud as well, but as opposed to the other one. SoundCloud's good. Um, I could go into this music thing really deeply with you, but let's just keep going. Um, well, I want to ask you this because I will forget if I don't ask you now. See, when you're putting your sets together, are you basically using mostly electronic music, and it's basically for people peaking and dancing, or do you do the warm up or the come down, or do you do anything else? Or are you basically aiming at the feet more than the head?
I think I'm in the head all the fucking
Oh,
time, and then I
whoa.
try to get to the
Okay.
heart. I'm less
Okay.
interested in the feet.
Ah,
Um, so I like, as a rule, I will never bang it out. I'm not really fucking interested at all in,
cool.
having high highs and low lows. I'm a groover.
Hmm.
So, I like Afro Latin elements and just trippy shit. And as
Right.
long as it's funky, I'm down.
So you get
I
5 hour sets then. You get basically long sets where you take
I
people that are,
wish. Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes I'm back to back, so you're just playing two or three, and then
2 or 3
somebody
hours,
else is
yeah.
playing. Sometimes you get an hour or two. But if you didn't know, dude, I have a radio show on Open Lab FM in Ibiza. So
Okay,
it's
okay,
like once a month. So if people
okay.
want to just hear like what it is I'm into right now, they could listen to Jacuzzi Breaks on Open Lab FM. And I try almost go more into the world of breaks and
Nice.
and like lighter breaks. Like I love Fred again. I love Overmono. I love like that world of music, and I've been able to synthesize it with some more 4/4 stuff, but also like ephemera and weird indie stuff. Like
Okay.
in my last one that I did last month, like there's Fontaine's DC in that mix.
Nice
Like
one.
there are other ones where I have like outtakes from Beatles sessions. It's like
Hmm.
whatever I'm feeling, man. I
Right.
love DJing.
Okay, I was just assuming like it's the 90s and you're playing for ravers, but I mean, like I usually get sets in art galleries and restaurants, so I'm kind of yearning for the dance floor, whereas you're probably the opposite. People want you to go for the dance floor, and you're
No, I
no.
I can play 10 different ways.
Yeah,
So
of course, I
like
know,
it
of
really
course.
kind of depends on time and space and setting, and then I make it work how I feel that should be. I'm not like a one trick pony. Like I don't
No, no,
just
no.
throw down one thing wherever I go.
Yeah, that's the problem with Mallorca. The people they want to party, they want to be happy. And so I find it hard to get work actually because I don't want to play happy party music, I want to do exactly what you described as sounds like exactly my perfect thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
there's three
it's
more.
it's really you have to know your crowd. Like
Mhm.
honestly, like now like I party with my kids. My kids are like
Okay.
19 and 24. So I go out with them and so I'm in that world more than I'm in like whatever our age group is.
Mhm.
And I have a keen sensibility of what they want to hear. So if I'm in a situation where they're and their people or that age group are there, I have songs and sets to play for that. But
Right.
if I'm, hanging out with a bunch of friends at home, I play something else. It's all different always.
Okay. There's three more questions to go. Your favorite city?
San Francisco and
Okay.
Mexico City, but San Francisco for
Yeah.
sure.
Favorite form of transport?
I fucking love driving in a car, man. I
Right.
love like just putting music on in a car and knowing that I'd be there for an hour or two,
Yeah.
and it just sounds so good.
And what car are you driving, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a VW Taos.
Okay.
My mother passed away like a few years back, and I just kind of took over the lease on her car.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm close to her in the car.
What color is it?
It's like gray, I think. I don't know.
Great, nice.
Like
Okay, cool.
silver or gray.
Okay. And favorite drink, and that's the 10 questions out of the way to break the ice.
I like beer.
Yeah, what kind of beer? Which one? Which
I really like German lagers,
okay.
but I
Which
also
brand?
like British ales.
Really?
But
Well,
like I just like a good beer.
So a German lager, what would that be? I can't think of one. S- German lager? You got one there? Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
let's.
one. That's Belgium, I think. Is that not Belgium? Halle. Oh,
No,
no,
it's
that's
it's
German. That's a
it's
nice one. Yeah. Cool.
yeah, I like beer.
My doctor, I like it too much. I've got to drink this shit.
What is that?
Just kombucha, man. I've
That's
got,
good shit.
the doctor says no more beer for me. So
Oh my
I
God.
don't know what I'm going to do. Okay. Can you remember what's your I imagine growing up in South Africa was pretty traumatic. I don't know. I've got friends that grew up there and they were afraid of they actually were broken into a lot. It was like a normal thing. And they lived in a farm and they came and broke in and kidnapped
Yeah.
people and things like that. Would that ever happen to you?
I saw cars on fire. I saw people getting beaten. I like as far as things getting broken into, I mean, I don't know if we had a good aura around our family or,
Hmm.
you know, great people in our midst, but, you know, strange shit would happen, but we never had violence on us
Yeah.
personally, like physical violence.
So what is your earliest favorite memory of childhood then?
My earliest memory?
Or yeah,
Oh,
yeah, early,
dude.
early.
I mean, hundreds, like,
Mine's Evil Knievel. I had an Evil Knievel car. And this is I was 5 or 6 or 4 even. I can't remember more before or four, but Evil Knievel, remember him, right?
yeah,
I had the toy that you wound up and he jumped. And this is
yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
I just remember getting into trouble at school, like the teacher would say, don't do that, and I'd do it. Like, and
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
earliest memory might be like, don't climb the tree.
Of course
I'd
you're gonna
climb
do
the
it.
tree. It's like,
We have the same. Do you have any like I'm autistic for sure, and that's kind of if someone tells you not to do something, then you're going to do it, right? That's a form of autism, maybe. I'm not sure.
I think we're all on the
Yeah,
spectrum
of course.
somewhere, but it's like, we hide it well.
Hmm. Okay. So I don't know if we want to go back from, you're making this movie. Have you got a title for the movie?
How bad do you want it?
That's a good title, man. How bad do you
I,
want it? Okay. So let's go backwards from the movie. If you could, you've got like 7 minutes, or we can do another 40 if you want. But there's about 7 minutes of this left. And if you want to go backwards from the movie, so we were talking
yeah,
about 30 years, like a rewind 30 years. What are the big things that happened to you then?
in my fucking life.
Well, I suppose your kids. Are you still
I'm
together with the mother of the kids?
Yeah, we
Oh,
met
fuck.
like
Well, that's unusual. That's very
early.
unusual.
Yeah, we met super early. We were young. I mean, I was like 22, she was 19. I mean, she's been along the ride for the beginning of hardkiss all the way through now, and
Okay.
we absolutely adore each other. We got a great family life and home life, and it's just such a consistent bond. So, you know, some people or a lot of people might have abandoned their idealization of love on the dance floor at some
Hmm.
point in their life, but I never have because I live with that. I live with,
How did you meet?
on the dance floor.
Oh, right. So I was mistaken. Right. I'm with you. In New York City.
No, here in San Francisco. I've been in San
Ah,
Francisco for 35 years.
okay. And so it gets a bad rap from these, the Rogan sphere and the Kill Tony guys, but I'm sure it's not as bad as these guys make out. You know what I'm talking about? Joe Rogan and all these guys.
I
They
don't know
call.
what the bad rap from them would be, but
Uh-huh.
yes, I think I'm going to address a lot of those
Okay. You do know what I'm
socioeconomic
talking
things
about.
in the film I'm making in a way that's um, controversial, meaning like I'm addressing, the rich versus the homeless
Hmm.
situation, the kind of like tech dominance of the Bay Area. Um, San Francisco has always been a migrant kind of when I say migrant, people move here, they
It's
spend their
Mexico,
20s and
man.
30s here, and then
It's
they
Mexico.
leave.
It's
They
Mexico.
leave,
It's a
right?
colony. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, people come here, they work, and then they leave. So,
Okay.
um, one thing I love about San Francisco is I hardly know anyone in San Francisco
It's
anymore.
anonymous.
And I really like going out and it's fresh and everything's new and it's like being in some other city every time I go out. I kind
Right.
of like that.
I mean, it's big. I mean, I'm from Glasgow, which is 1 million. I imagine San Francisco must be 5 million or
In the
more.
Bay Area, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
San
yeah.
Francisco's pretty tiny. You can walk
Spread
San
out.
Francisco, but the
Yeah.
Bay Area's bridges going over to Oakland, Richmond, San
Uh,
Rafael, it's like a few different areas, and they're probably like 5 million people. Like,
okay.
um, like there's this big music festival going on right this weekend in San Francisco called Outside Lands. So I was out Friday
Okay.
night at the festival, and like last night, the XX played. Friday
Oh,
night, Charlie XCX played.
mhm.
Um, like so like when I'm at that festival, I look around, I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of teenagers in the
Yeah, it's
Bay
good.
Area. There's just so many young people.
And they're free and happy and
Yeah, they're all getting it on for the first time.
so there's not this doom and gloom thing that we get like Trump and doom and oh the world's over. This is what the media is trying to tell us over here in Europe.
Yeah, I think the British have a distorted perspective of the world and
Yeah.
definitely of the United States and definitely California. So
Mhm.
like I have a sister who lives in London, so I can
Okay.
reference, what she sees on BBC or otherwise. And um just know that all news and all information is a form of indoctrination, and whether it's
Exactly.
right or wrong, there are different ways to view everything.
Exactly. That's why doing things like this is important now, because I don't know if all these people have an agenda, wherever you get your input from. And it's
For
nice when
sure.
there's no agenda. I like that. This is a new thing. There's no agenda.
Or
It's
just turn it off. Turn off the input,
turn it
whether
off.
that's your social media or the news. Just turn it off. Go out
Yeah.
and be in the sun, be in music, be
Hmm.
around people. Like people connecting with actual people is like, it's
That's
that's
what they
the
told me
essence
in,
of
in
life. That's
Palestine.
all what
That's
it's
what they
about.
said. Forget about us. You got to help the people around you, man. You got to first of all make sure you're okay. So spiritually, mentally, do some. Well, I don't know. Do you do Kundalini or imagine some kind of yoga?
I have a really regular yoga practice and have had for 20 years. So I do hot yoga, so I kind
Okay.
of sweat a lot and, keep my, different limbic systems and that in balance. And then I have a strong meditation and ritual practice rooted in my Judaism.
Okay. It's daily? Is it daily? You have a
It's when
daily.
I feel like it.
Okay, okay. Now I don't understand how's that in your Juda how's that connected to Judaism?
Um, well, I mean, my tradition, it's just how I was raised as a Jew with the prayers that we did daily. Like those prayers are prayers of unity and prayers of support and prayers of honoring my ancestors.
Hmm.
And if I can, that's my way of, that's my prayer methodology. It's these prayers. Um, and then there's a meditation side to it that's more introspective and breathing. So like I have um, my own kind of way in which I inhabit the spiritual side of my world. And it's not like any doctrine. It's just something that I've developed. I actually wrote a book about it. I wrote a nonfiction book called The Dark Art of Light Work.
Okay, that's a great title as well, man.
Yeah, so a lot of how I interact with the spiritual or the unseen world, I documented in the book Dark Art
Mhm.
of Light Work.
Okay.